Broadcasting live from the Albay PIO News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is News at 12. In the local scene, Albay Governor Noel E. Rizal has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to strengthening agricultural programs to enhance food sufficiency and security in the province. The governor recently announced a 5 million peso allocation for the continued implementation of the Palay Marketing Assistance Program for legislators and local government units in partnership with the National Food Authority. This initiative aims to support local rice farmers by offering a premium on the top of the NFA's buying price, especially when farm gate prices are low, thereby ensuring stable income and encouraging higher productivity. The program also seeks to build a manageable buffer stock of rice to support government disaster relief and emergency operations during calamities. In other story, the Albay Provincial Persons with Disability Affairs Office has distributed 39 assistive devices to indigent persons with disabilities across the province. The distributed items include 24 wheelchairs, 5 crutches, 4 canes, and 2 each of Como chairs and quad canes and walkers. Abdao Head Anisita A. Abion emphasized the importance of the initiative in improving mobility and daily living for PWDs. To avail of the assistance, PWDs must submit a certificate of indigency, a valid ID, and a medical certificate and a full body photo. In the national scene, Senator Francis Kiko Pangilinan has become the new chairperson of the Senate Committee on Constitutional Amendments and Revision of Codes for the 20th Congress, replacing Senator Robin Padilla. Pangilinan, who also chairs the Committee on Agriculture, Food and Agrarian Reform, took over from Padilla, who has initially reported as the continuing head of the committee. According to a Senate press release, Pangilinan plans to hold public consultations with various stakeholders to discuss potential amendments and their broader implications. He previously chaired the same committee during his earlier terms in the Senate. In other story, Senator Panfilo Lacson advocates for the accessibility of individual budget proposals and other budget documents online to enhance transparency. Lacson emphasizes the importance of the public being able to identify those behind budget modifications, pointing out that existing documents do not specify proposers. During a Senate session, Lacson presented his proposal amid discussions on releasing budget documents for public review, following a suggestion from Senate Finance Committee Chair Sherwin Gatchalian. Gatchalian noted that budget proposals often change and that the final version may differ from initial drafts. He proposed that key documents like General Appropriations Bill, bicameral reports, and explanation of votes be published on the websites of both the Senate and the House. Gatchalian endorsed a resolution to improve transparency and accountability in the national budget process, allowing greater public access and participation. Support for transparency measures was echoed by senators, with Deputy Majority Leader J.V. Ejercito advocating for public access to bicameral conference sessions related to the national budget. In other news, the reciprocal access agreement between Japan and the Philippines will take effect on September 11 to boost military cooperation. This follows diplomatic exchanges between the Philippine Department of Foreign Affairs and the Japanese Embassy in August. The Japanese embassy stated that the reciprocal access agreement will enhance security collaborations, interoperability between forces, and regional stability. The Department of Defense described the reciprocal access agreement as a means to significantly strengthen Philippines-Japan defense ties. The agreement allows troops from both countries to participate in joint exercises and aims to promote peace in the Indo-Pacific, with leaders Marcos and Ishiba laying the groundwork. And in the news outside the country, authorities in Taiwan plan to relocate nearly 2,000 residents on Tuesday as Typhoon Podul approaches, with central and southern areas already affected by the storm. The Central Weather Administration forecasts the typhoon will reach the southeast coast on Wednesday before crossing the island and entering the Taiwan Strait. The storm's central wind speeds are expected to reach about 133 km per hour, with gusts potentially as high as 166 km per hour. Approximately 31,000 soldiers are on standby to assist with preparations, rescue, and relief efforts, according to the Defense Ministry. All domestic flights scheduled for Wednesday by UniAir and Mandarin Airlines are canceled due to the storm. Forecasts indicate that the eastern counties of Hualien and Taitung, along with Chiayi in the central region, southern areas, and Kinmen Islands will experience significant impact. Officials plan to evacuate nearly 700 people from Hualien and around 1,100 from mountainous areas of Kaohsiung. Forecasts predict that Kaohsiung and Pingtung County may receive between 400 and 600 millimeters of rainfall. And finally, in the news outside the country, 2 men lost their lives and thousands were forced to leave their homes as wildfires fueled by a heat wave devastated southern Europe. Heat warnings were issued in Italy, France, Spain, Portugal, and the Balkans, with temperatures expected to surpass 40 degrees Celsius. The heat wave highlights ongoing climate change, which is causing longer, more intense, and more frequent episodes of extreme heat. Officials reported that a worker at a Spanish Christian Central who suffered severe burns died in the hospital as winds reaching 70 kilometers per hour spread flames across Tres Cantos, an affluent area north of Madrid. In Montenegro, a soldier was killed and another was severely injured when their water tanker overturned while fighting wildfires in the hills north of Podgorica, the capital. The staff member at the Equestrian Center was the first victim among the numerous wildfires that have affected Spain since the heat wave began last week. Hundreds of residents in Tres Cantos evacuated their homes due to the danger from the rapidly spreading fire, which was brought under control Tuesday morning. The fire damaged many homes and agricultural buildings, said Carlos Novello, Madrid's environmental chief, in comments to the reporters. And that's all for the news at 12, August 14, 2025. We'll be back tomorrow for more news updates. And thanks to our news writer, Albay PIO and Leah Guazon. And on the technical side, Tad Bobis. Of course, our Provincial Information Officer, OIC, Marty Gonzalez. And under the supervision of our Governor, Noel E. Rizal, I am Greg Hallare. Thank you for subscribing.